GSCO presented the Legend Award for the first time in 2005 at our very first convention. Since that time, we've presented the award every year except one. 2014 is our 10th convention, and ironically, we're going to be honoring two people tonight, which will bring our total number of recipients to 10, just as it should be. Before calling these individuals to the stage, we'd like to reveal a little bit about our past 8 Legend Award recipients. What makes a legend in big game hunting circles? Well, many times it's a long-standing guide or outfitter who has helped literally hundreds achieve goals in the mountains. Such was the case with our first Legend Award winner in 2005, Alex Van Bibber, who guided and outfitted all over Western Canada. That continued for 2006, when Albert Cooper was recognized as a legend for his long-term guiding and outfitting in British Columbia. However, in 2007, we recognized Francis Bouchard as a legend. He had done a lot for the hunting world, but he was also the first to document 5 Grand Slams. We went back to a long-term outfitter in 2008, when we recognized Adia Tundev of Mongolia, who has guided more hunters to big argalis than anyone alive. And then in 2009, we recognized the longest-standing Canadian outfitter ever, Pete Jensen. In 2010, we went back to a non-outfitter and recognized Bob Spiegel. Bob has accomplished amazing things in his hunting career, and his name is well known to all. In 2012, the Legend Award was presented to longtime GSCO supporter Butch White. By the way, Butch was simultaneously the winner of the Ovis that year. And then in 2013, we stayed with an accomplished person in the hunting and conservation arena, Hector Cuellar of Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen, we're so pleased to recognize a husband and wife team tonight as the recipients of the 2014 Legend Award. Certainly what God has joined together, no one has been able to separate the legendary couple of Dick and Ethel Ledy. Dick and Ethel, please begin making your way to the stage. Ethel was born in 1928 on a small farm in Pennsylvania. She learned the difficulties of life early on, working on the farm with her 3 older sisters and younger brother. Ethel knew about loading hay, stacking wheat, digging potatoes, cutting corn, and all the other things that made a family farm work. Ethel is proof of the old stories, as she did have to walk 3 miles to school each day and 3 miles home. She didn't mention whether it was uphill both ways or how deep the snow was. Ethel was an athlete and played high school basketball for 4 years and was a pitcher on the softball team. As a young adult, she worked in a shoe factory along with being what she describes as an old-time telephone operator. Then in 1951, she met Dick Ledy at a very romantic place, the local roller skating rink. Dick was also born in Pennsylvania in a small town and was a hard worker even as a boy, shoveling snow for a nickel or so. He planted Christmas trees and used that to supplement his income as well. Dick took to the woods early as a trapper, which also supplemented the family income. And one great story is that Dick would hunt on the way to school and give his gun to the teacher to lock up until school dismissed in the afternoon. The janitor cleaned the game, and the teacher took it home with her at noon. He truly was the teacher's pet by supplying fresh game regularly. After meeting at the skating rink the previous year, Dick and Ethel were married on March 28, 1952. Their son Rick was born in 1954, and he and his wife Carrie are with us tonight to help us honor his parents. Dick got into race car driving as a hobby, and Ethel says Rick could even sleep in the stands with all that noise going on. Dick's main early career was a first-class certified welder with the famous Bethlehem Steel Company. Dick and Ethel guided and helped manage a lodge in Quebec for caribou and fishing for a while. It was then that Alaska began to call them. Dick became a welder on the Trans-Alaska Pipeline, and Ethel joined the Teamsters Union and became a truck driver, hauling big pipe. Yes, this little lady was an ice road trucker, with all the mishaps associated with such a dangerous job. Well, they both continued these careers before retiring in 1985. Well, Alaska afforded a lot of outdoor opportunities, both hunting and fishing. Ethel tells a story of how Dick caught a 174-pound halibut at Homer, Alaska, and she gave him most of the credit because she was so tired, having pulled in a 75-pounder only a few minutes earlier. Ethel also tells of feeding the moose in Delta Junction, where they lived for 40 years until finally returning to Pennsylvania in 2013. There was plenty of time for family, as Rick and Carrie gave Dick and Ethel a granddaughter and a grandson, and now even great-grandchildren. By the way, Ethel took a big boost in the fall of 2013 before they moved back to Pennsylvania, which culminated their 40 years in the largest state. Now we come to some more of the hunting prowess of this amazing couple. Dick has taken more than 200 whitetails in his lifetime, mostly in Pennsylvania. Not to be outdone, Ethel's taken fewer but still more than 200 as well. Dick was one of the earliest people to complete what is now the Super Slam. He accomplished taking all the recognized big game animals of North America in March 1981. We were able to report Dick as a Super Slammer in the very first issue of the Super Slam magazine in the fall of 2009. This was made possible because Dick had been a long-term member of the Grand Slam Club and communicated with founder Bob Householder on a regular basis. It was actually a desert sheep from Baja that completed Dick's Super Slam and simultaneously Grand Slam number 295. Dick was prolific with his hunting and even has an Alaska Pacific walrus from 1972. He and Ethel might have been working long hours under difficult conditions in Alaska, but it made it possible for them to do a whole lot of hunting over the years. We've talked a lot about Ethel already, but not much about her hunting. She didn't hunt quite as much as Dick, at least outside Alaska, until after their retirement. You should have noticed we said as much, because she was going with Dick quite a lot, as the 1961 mule deer photo and 1975 musk ox photo prove here. A most unfortunate event in Dick and Ethel's lives kick-started her big game hunting into high gear. You see, Dick's eyesight began to fail to the point of no longer being able to hunt. Between Ethel's love for the outdoors and Dick's encouragement, this lady has become one of the most prolific North American big game hunters. Ethel completed her Grand Slam number 1309 in March 2006 with a desert sheep. Both Dick and Ethel participate in SCI's awards programs. SCI is a Grand Slam called the North American 29. It's not the same animals as GSCO Super Slam, but it was a goal Dick wanted to see Ethel accomplish. He registered his own with SCI in 1984, but with encouragement, Ethel got hers done in 2009, including a great alligator she took with Dennis Campbell on a Florida trip. But then came the Super Slam, and Ethel was missing some trophies for that accomplishment. She got the job done, though, in 2010, just 5 days short of her 82nd birthday, with a Sitka blacktail from Alaska. Leading up to that were 3 Super Slam trophies during 2009, a Central Canadian Barren Ground caribou, Thule elk, and Roosevelt elk. These 4 trophies were the ones she needed, and again, Dick was encouraging her all the way. It was a very excited couple who called the GSCO office with the great news of Ethel's success in late 2010. We honored both Ethel and Dick at our 2011 convention by calling them to the stage to receive their Super Slam awards. Now we could go on and on about this amazing couple. Surely their early lives and most difficult careers gave a foundation for legendary status as far as the GSCO award goes. By adding all the hunting Dick did early on and his tremendous support of Bob Householder and the Grand Slam Club, one begins to see the final picture coming together. Then with Ethel completing the SCI 29 and ultimately the GSCO Super Slam at almost 82 years of age, their legend status was assured. Ladies and gentlemen, please join with us as we honor the Legend Award recipient for 2014, the couple of Dick and Ethel Ledy.